Who is Damar Hamlin and why is he so successful and how much does he earn? The untold story about Hamlin that you have never heard about. Did you know that Hamlin came from humble beginnings? Hamlin spent his childhood in McKees Rocks, a place located in the Pittsburgh metropolitan area in western Pennsylvania. There, he played a variety of sports, including football and basketball. During his senior year of high school, he led his team to a record of 15-1, the WPIAL Class 4 Quad A Championship, and the PIAA state title. He went on to become a well-known figure in the area. Both Rivals and 247 Sports ranked Hamlin as the highest-rated defensive player in the state of Pennsylvania, and he had interest from a number of Division I football programs. According to Hamlin, being locally based was a simple choice. I really embodied the spirit of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was the center of everything for me, he added. I wanted to bring something to my community, offer my city something, and just give the people another cause to grin, you say. I wanted to give my city bragging rights. Hamlin played college football for the first time during his junior year due to injuries, but he went on to start in 36 of his final 38 games. Hamlin's junior year was his first complete season of college football. During his last season, his teammates chose him to lead the team as captain, and he ended up being selected to the second-team All-ACC and earning a position in the Reese's Senior Bowl All-Star Game. In 2021, he participated in the NFL Draft and the Buffalo Bills picked him up in the 6th round of the draft. According to the bio for his college team, Hamlin received his bachelor's degree from the University of Pittsburgh in the field of communication and also pursued a major in the field of sociology during his time there. Hamlin has patience and knows when to take a back seat. In his first year as a professional, Hamlin saw limited action as a rookie, but he was thrust into the starting lineup at the safety position in September after a neck injury was sustained by one of his teammates, Micah Hyde. Since the beginning of the season, he has participated in all 15 games for the Bills, recording 91 tackles, tied for the second most on the team, 6 tackles for loss, 2 pass breakups, and 1.5 sacks. According to a recent report by ESPN, the defensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills, Leslie Frazier, recently praised Hamlin for his growth throughout the course of this season. Specifically, Frazier noted that in the past couple of weeks, Hamlin has stepped up more as a vocal leader and improved as a tackler, despite having a lot thrown on his plate quickly after he had to step in for Hyde. In that specific game, there were other Bills players who also sustained injuries in addition to Hyde. After sustaining a neck injury, Hamlin's childhood buddy and Pitt College classmate Dane Jackson was transported off the field in an ambulance. After sitting out the last match, he made his way back onto the pitch. During an appearance on One Bills Live earlier this season, Hamlin discussed Jackson's injury as well as the opportunity to play football, especially alongside a close friend. The video clip of this conversation has since been rediscovered on social media. Hamlin also discussed the opportunity to play football alongside a close friend. Hamlin said, "I can't even articulate it, but I treasure it every second that I can. Every single instant of each and every day. Just now, we prayed, which was the weekly DB prayer that we say on Wednesdays. While he was standing next to me, I squeezed his hand a little tighter for no other reason than the fact that you never know when that might be the final time in your life that you will be able to participate in an event similar to this one. I am making the most of each and every moment that I am given." Hamlin always gives back to the community. Hamlin comes from a long line of people who believe in the importance of giving back to the community that helped raise them. The Chasing M Foundation, a philanthropic organization that Hamlin created not too long before he entered the NFL, was brought into the spotlight as a direct result of the injuries that he sustained. His GoFundMe campaign, which had initially been set up to raise $2,500 to buy gifts, support back-to-school drives, and sponsor kids' camps, reached its goal on January 4th after having raised more than $6 million by that time. The campaign had initially been set up to raise money to buy gifts, support back-to-school drives, and sponsor kids' camps. Prior to creating the charity, Hamlin established his own clothing line called Chasing Millions during his first year of college with the purpose of providing youngsters with a variety of garments, including jerseys and t-shirts. His line of clothing is marketed as being appropriate for those who have a dream and pursue it. The website for his Buffalo squad includes a tagline that states, "It is for folks that seek something more and can't settle for being average." Hamlin is close with his family according to both Hamlin and the journalists who have written about him in the past. He maintains a strong relationship with his family. Hamlin's first job, at age 12, was working for his family's cleaning business, according to his Buffalo Bills bio. During an interview this season, retweeted by Fox Sports reporter Henry McKenna, Hamlin spoke about the importance of his family unit, which includes his brother and parents, Mario and Nina Hamlin. "I'm big on my family unit. My mom, my dad, my little brother, that's pretty much my whole world. Any other thing going on in my life revolves around them," Hamlin said. "My mom, my dad, and my younger brother, like that's pretty much all there is to it. Apart from anything else that's going on, my life revolves around them," he added. "My life revolves around them. I try not to make too many decisions without consulting either of my parents first. It doesn't matter if I take it or not, there are moments when I just want to listen to it." Hamlin was recruited by several top colleges, including Penn State, Ohio State, UCLA, and Notre Dame. But he chose to play college football near home at the University of Pittsburgh. In fact, being a role model to his younger brother, Damar Hamlin, was his main reason for choosing Pitt. Years earlier, Hamlin had mentioned that one of the reasons he wanted to attend college in Pittsburgh was so that he could serve as a good example for his younger brother, who was only 2 years old at the time. Hamlin also mentioned that his parents were his own personal role models. "I wanted to give him that image growing up," Hamlin told Go Long's Ty Dunn, according to a tweet from CBS Sports' Aditi Kinkhabwala. "Me growing up that he can look back on and be able to model himself after. That's something I never had. I had a bunch of examples of what not to do. Me, growing up, I always questioned if I was doing the right things. Just because I didn't have anybody I could look up to. That's why I stayed home at Pitt. I chose Pitt over everybody. Just for that one reason, for my brother. He is always grateful and remembers where he came from. As I continue on my path to the NFL, I will never forget where I come from, and I am determined to using my platform to positively impact the community that raised me," he stated. "I am excited to see what the future holds for me, but I will never forget where I came from." How much does Hamlin earn? In light of the on-field medical incident that occurred to safety Damar Hamlin during Monday's game against the Bengals, the Buffalo Bills intend to pay respect to Hamlin in a number of different ways on Sunday. According to Ian Rappaport of NFL Network, the team plans to take care of the 24-year-old player monetarily by paying his salary in full for the balance of the season. This is in addition to symbolic gestures that the franchise plans to make for the player. Hamlin, who is now in the second year of his 4-year rookie contract that is worth $3.64 million, has a normal split in his deal that agrees to pay him a lower rate if he ends up on injured reserve. Hamlin is currently in the second year of his rookie contract. Despite the fact that the Bills made the decision earlier this week to place him on injured reserve, Buffalo came to an agreement with the NFL and NFLPA to pay him the entire amount that was contracted for the Week 18 game. In essence, Hamlin was scheduled to make $825,000 for the 2022 season, and his split amount while on injured reserve was expected to be $455,000. Even though Hamlin won't be on the active roster, the team has elected to pay him his full wage, which amounts to a difference of $20,555.56 for the 1 week that he was placed on injured reserve,